I'm a distinctive deacon in Broston Manor Ministry area. So here, how I see my role is primarily pastoral outreach, and also take part in Eucharist as a deacon would, gospel, leading the peace, and then lots of other bits that are purely the role of the deacon. Setting up the table, helping with the elements, and assisting the priest there. But my passion is the pastoral side and the outreach. I think the calling of a deacon. We know it's in the Acts, but historically it's also getting to the marginalised, the sick, the poor, the needy, and those who maybe have fallen by the wayside. And as someone who can relate to that, because in this church is where I grew up, baptised, and did my Sunday school here, but there was a period of my life where the church and Jesus and God wasn't in the forefront of my being. And then when I came back into church, maybe about 10, 11 years ago, then you realise what you're missing, but then you can also relate to people like myself who have maybe lost a bit of faith. So that makes it easy, really, to be a deacon. You can get out to people, and living in the area, people know me. Obviously, most people just see me with a dog collar on, so I am the vicar, and so there is that. But I don't think, for the majority of people, I don't think that distinction needs to be made. As in the ministry, as a diaconate ministry, you know what your role is, and you know how you can perform that ministry to the best of your ability and the best of how you've been called to do it. Yes. Well, I knew there was something I wanted when I came back into the church, but what, I didn't know. So I was talking to the vicar who was here at the time, and another distinctive deacon who suggested I would be a good deacon. So I looked into it, and then when you read the ordinal about what the role of deacon is, you think that is me. That's exactly me. I'm not a priest. I'm not a priest in waiting, and I'm not subordinate to a priest. I am a distinctive deacon in its own right and with its own ministry. And with that, when you visit people who may be sick, for example, you're blessed when you go and see people, however ill they may be, whether they have a strong faith or otherwise. Just for that period that you're seeing someone, they light up. The illness seems to vanish, even if it's just for a few minutes, but it's just being with someone. And if they are not very religious or have a strong faith, just being with someone, just talking to them, that helps them. And that's what I like about the diaconate. Oh gosh, everything that goes with it. I'm so blessed to follow the calling, even though there were times I thought, why me? And I'm sure the man upstairs or the woman upstairs knows in my past, the army and at sea. I'm sure there's things he rolls his eyes at, but there is, I think, that just being a deacon, being able to support people, not just outside, not just being a bridge between the community and the church, but being in church, whether it's leading morning prayer, morning worship and then any service or being part of the Eucharist. I think it's just absolutely brilliant. Challenging, that there's so much to do, and most distinctive deacons are self-supporting or work full-time. That is a challenge, and it would be good if that could change, because there's so much to do and you can help so many people. The amount of times that I've been asked, for example, to do a funeral, but I've had to turn down because I can't get time off work, or visit someone. Sometimes I have to do it in my lunch break because I just don't have the time to do it. That is a challenge. And also it is trying to get across that we are our own ministry. It is a distinct ministry. We're not transitional deacons, and this is a ministry that, because there are so few of us in the church world, it's something that we should make our own, and let other ministry areas know that how useful we can be in the area that we live, and also to assist the priests, because it's such a, well, we know Gwynedd is very rural, and one person can't be everywhere. Go for it. It's a brilliant ministry, and there's nothing I can say that will put you off. Even when our calling is for the marginalised and the sick, it might sound that it's quite dire, but it's such an enjoyable ministry, seeing people, even if you can just brighten their lives for a few minutes and let them know that God is with them. That's what we need to do. It's a brilliant ministry. Go for it.